Spurs. I mean, is this Thomas Frank finally done? Typical Spurs, they got a great win and then a rubbish performance the next time out. And then Christian Romero, the captain of Spurs, scores the equaliser right near the end. So where do we go with this one? Is it play till the whistle and Spurs show their mettle and save the manager's job, or what is it?
Yeah, they sort of save it. I still think he's gone, Mark. Just a matter of time, right? I look at their schedule, and before you get ahead of me, because I know you're good at this, I'm looking at City, Man United away, Newcastle at home, Arsenal at home, Fulham, Crystal Palace, Liverpool, and Forest. So a lot of derbies, a lot of big games. And, what are they, Mark? 8 points away from the drop. I don't want to say it, but, looking at that schedule, there's going to be a fight on their hands. And so if there's ever a moment, if Spurs are thinking about maybe changing things, this is the moment. And I have a lot of time for Thomas Frank. I like him. I don't like sacking managers. Who am I to do it? But I just have a feeling, the first half they didn't play for him. Second half was a little bit better. Romero, obviously, what is it now? 3 games, I think he scored. Not sure if he's a good defender, but he can certainly put goals away. So my gut feeling is that Thomas Frank doesn't last. I don't know what the moment's going to be, but I think Spurs better be looking.
So the next time Spurs play in the Premier League is the 1st of February, and it's against Manchester City. Just want to go back to something you said. If they're going to get rid of him now, because it's Man City, and no one expects them to get much from that game. And if they do, it probably just delays the inevitable. But if they don't, and they decide after that game to fire him, the transfer window closes the following day. If you're a manager coming in to replace Thomas Frank and you don't have a transfer window to do what you want, how much more difficult does that make it compared with saying right now, yeah, this is the reason why you're not staying, even though you got a late goal, we need someone else to come in and get their own players over the next.
Yeah, but I think Spurs better be working behind the scenes. It's one of those things that, managers will take the job. It's a massive club, great stadium. We all know that, and they're going to take the opportunity. We often ask, like, why do they do it? Why do they come to Manchester United? Why do they come to Spurs? 2 teams that, recently have hired and fired managers. But, you take that job because it only comes around, once in a lifetime for a lot of these managers. So I don't worry about that, but I do worry about the schedule. And, if Burnley, Wolves weren't as bad as they are, I mean, we're seriously talking about Spurs fighting the drop, and look what they've done in the Champions League. So 2 faces, I suppose, but I think we're going to see that in the Champions League as well, because things are not good. I mean, this team is not organized. This team doesn't defend well. Again, I'm not sure really what sort of tactics Thomas Frank is using. I thought he was, one of those pragmatic ones that at the very least is going to make sure that Spurs are good defensively. They're not even that.
You wonder about that late equaliser for Spurs and what it could mean for Burnley. You saw earlier today, if you were watching, West Ham get 3 vital points against Sunderland, still in the drop zone, but they've narrowed the gap on Forest in 17th to just 2 points. Burnley had the chance to go within 5 points of Forest. They're now 7 points. How crucial could that equaliser for Romero be for Burnley's chances of safety?
Yeah, they're going down, right? I mean, 2 teams, I look at, I don't see how they save themselves. West Ham, I think we could see that coming. I mean, they're not as bad as they've been, but in terms of Burnley, I don't see a lot of hope. I think the 3 points would have gone a long, long way. Obviously, a bit of a catalyst, if you will. But that equalizer, just confirms what I thought, right? I mean, it doesn't take you or I to say this. I don't think just, Burnley are just not good enough.
Go back to Spurs to finish off with them. They've had good managers in the past. Now they've had quite a few managers. Is it a managerial issue? Is it a player issue? Or is it a club issue that over the past couple of seasons, they've not been anywhere near where they should be in the Premier League?
Yeah, I think it's a club issue for the most part, right? I mean, finally, they got a title, so we don't talk about that. But I just think that the expectations are way too high for what we've seen over the last couple of seasons, as you've mentioned. So I look at Spurs. I think it's a sort of club that needs a reset. And needs a good start to the season. Needs probably us to be quiet in a way and not talk about him as much, because I think every season as we start, these hopes about Spurs are so high. And you look at the injury situation, at least Solanke is back and he's contributing. But, once they get their players back and once they have a little bit of stability, I think Spurs are going to be your team that, it's going to be fighting for 5th, 6th, 7th place in the league, nothing more.
It's not helping Spurs that Arsenal are doing so well. So I took a little bit of a look back. When was the last time Spurs finished above Arsenal in the Premier League? It was season 21-22. 71 points. Arsenal were 5th with 69 points. Arsenal since then, I think, have finished 2nd in every subsequent season. Spurs, what a drop-off it's been. Has Arsenal's recent, not necessarily success, but consistency in the Premier League been a big hindrance on Spurs?
Yeah, no. Why would it? Yeah, I know the rivalry and all of that, but yeah, Spurs are not looking at Arsenal. They know that it's taken 5-6 seasons now for Arsenal to build a squad that's capable of winning just about everything. So no, has nothing to do with that. I think they're looking over the shoulder, of course, and they don't like it. But I look at Spurs. I think when they're healthy, they're very much capable. But again, it's going to take a special leader. I think that's what this club needs right now. Levy going and obviously the ins and outs in terms of managers, that doesn't help. So I hope they settle. I hope they find their man, because I still think that Spurs are capable of doing big things in the league, but it's not going to be this season.